All of a sudden we hear is Eric's down. Big explosion, gunshots. We get over there and I see Eric. Eric's up and he's going. And he's climbing over to the Mark 47 in the back, which is an automatic grenade launcher. And he's emptying that thing, reloading that thing, climbing back over to the 50 cal. He's just nonstop, just engaging these dudes and just kept fighting the fight after being knocked down. And like that was just like one of those warrior moments. It's on Matt Petch, the operational athlete, Hard to Kill Fitness, founder of Ruck for Vets. Big advocate for PTSD awareness. Check us out. So I was born in Redondo Beach, California, Los Angeles County. Grew up in a home that was kind of wrecked for the most part. My father was in and out of jail for drugs, for DUI, for you name it, domestic violence at times. And that was kind of my initial upbringing. So what led me to Special Forces happened, kind of as I was going through the process. I joined just to be an infantryman. I didn't know much about the military, the Army in general. And when I was in basic training, I excelled in physical training and PT. So with that, I got rewarded to go to airborne school. So like the next tier up for an infantryman is being able to jump out of airplanes and wear a maroon beret. So I got to do that. And I was like, shit, I did well. Like, I didn't expect to do well. And it shaped me and showed me that, even though this wasn't something I thought I could do and do well at, if you put your mind to it and you give them 100% at all times, like you can achieve what you want. I had this like no quit mentality that developed quickly. And I think that might have been just where I grew up and stuff like that, like not quitting on myself, not quitting on my family. And when we went, into selection, you got all these tests that you have to take throughout the entire time. Daily, 1, 2, 3 tests. You're walking around the middle of the night by yourself with a 75-pound ruck on, no light, reading a map. I never read a map. I grew up in Los Angeles. I had no idea how to do that. But I learned there and I learned quick because I asked some older guys, stuff like that, because I wanted to be good at it. I wanted to be a team player and I wanted the Green Beret. So I was a little guy, but I would pull my weight. If guys were struggling with like some weight in their rucksacks, I'd take that weight. Like 1 foot after another, just go. And I probably would have pushed myself, to whatever limit it took. I don't think I would have ever quit. Physical fitness is definitely one of my bigger ways to combat, some of the struggles that I've had over the years. I started this whole concept, this operational athlete, back in 2017 in November. So right when I was going through the thick of it, I started this and I started to realize how good I felt, working out, training with other people, and kind of using something that I developed over the years to do good. And it made me feel good. Like going for a run and releasing those endorphins is like such a great feeling. Boxing for an hour and feeling so accomplished about it is a great feeling. Getting a good pump at the gym, going through a great functional workout. Nowadays I do these beach workouts with my Veteran Tuesday guys. We got a bunch of vets that go out and we all go out there and we work out because we all have our own struggles. And sometimes we talk about them when we're there, when we're running on the beach or whatever, have a quick conversation with your buddy who understands you. My buddy Will Jones, he always used to tell me, he's like, Tuesdays are my favorite day of the whole week. Now that guy's at the beach every day because of that feeling, overcoming depression, stuff like that. It's huge for vets. And, that meant a lot to me. Hearing that, like, that's your favorite day, like being with me at the beach. So, now that's what we do. Even like with my nonprofit, we go out there and we ruck march just to show people like that. This is something that makes you feel good. Like physical fitness makes you feel good. And with some people, it develops confidence, guys get overweight when they get back from deployments or they get depressed, they start drinking, they get an injury, which, I've been through a couple times, like with injuries, like there's like an injury depression, and getting back out there, starting to feel better about yourself, look better, feel better, get stronger, faster, I think that's definitely better than most medication. Hard to kill. My son saved my life, because once I saw my son, I knew that I had a bigger purpose because of how I grew up. I didn't have that father, and I didn't want to be that drunk asshole that was in jail or dead or whatever. So I had to fix my shit. I had to change my life around. And, now I'm a huge advocate for it. Yeah, I clinically diagnosed with PTSD, depression, and anxiety. I see a therapist every other week. I have a life coach. I take medication at the moment, and I'm open to talk about it now, whether it's with a brother over a beer, or with my girlfriend, or with my mom, my dad, my little brother, or with the world on a podcast or in a video. I think that's helped me. And by it helping me, I think it's also going to help a lot of people, because they're going to see that no matter who you are, the stigma of being a man and you can't talk about your feelings. The John Wayneism is what a lot of people refer to it as. You get these big tough guys from the movies back in the day. You can't talk about your problems. And then you also get, this military man, this Green Beret, this cop. I can't talk about my problems. I'm supposed to be tough, and I think that vulnerability is the real strength. And it's definitely helped me overcome a lot. So there's definitely a few memories that strike me from being deployed. There's good ones and there's bad ones. And unfortunately, a lot of the bad ones are what guys remember the most. It's about my good buddy, Eric Iman. Eric Iman was a Special Forces Green Beret who passed away a few years back. But this was in 2009. We were operating out of Shkin, Afghanistan, Firebase Lily. We called it the Alamo because we were about a couple clicks from the Pakistani border. These guys used to fire rockets from Pakistan all the time into our base, and it was my first time in Afghanistan. I went 3 times total, and we were operating out of there, and we had a good, solid team. All the guys we were with on that deployment were solid. They're fighters, they're warriors, and one day we had this mission to go up through the Spadar Pass, but we're walking. I'm talking about it. I'm like, hey, we're getting ready to go to Spadar Pass.
All right, get ready to go on a mission right now. Walking out to the vehicles. We're gonna go to Spadar Pass. A vehicle with John, so it'll be fun. It's gonna be a long drive. 4 hours. It'll suck.
And this was like, Hell's Alley. Like every time we went through, it was an ambush, rocket attack, something. So we're always ready. So we're going. We kind of all got out, dismounted, provided overwatch for the other vehicle. And that vehicle kept going through windy roads, surrounded by mountains on both sides. And all of a sudden we just hear a boom, big explosion, gunshots. I could hear everything, like RPGs, like holy shit, like what just happened? So we're all running back to the car, the MRAP. And we jump inside. I'm hanging out the top of the roof with a freaking law, anti-tank weapon. So I'm like fucking furious at this point that somebody's trying to kill my friends. And all of a sudden we hear is Eric's down, and kind of set in. So we get up to the vehicles. They're all engaged in a huge 360-degree firefight. But we get over there, and I see Eric on the 50 cal. Somebody said Eric was down, I'm tripping out. I'm like, all right, hell yeah. Come out from behind the vehicle, throw this anti-tank weapon into this bunker. Eric's up, and he's going. He's climbing over to the Mark 47 in the back, which is an automatic grenade launcher. And he's emptying that thing, reloading that thing, climbing back over to the 50 cal. He's just nonstop, just engaging these dudes. So anyways, we lose nobody, but Eric has some severe brain trauma because his vehicle was hit by an IED. So we ended up having to medevac him out. And he went home, and went to Germany, and he was out for a few years, but he fought to get back in. Most guys, after going through something like that, would not fight to get back in. Eric fought for years and years and years up until, eventually he went back, and he went on a couple more deployments and a couple more. And, one day, another IED, and Eric didn't go home that time, but he was a warrior. This guy did like 9 combat tours. So that day, why they said Eric went down is because his vehicle got hit. Eric fell into the vehicle unconscious. So they didn't know if he was dead or just whatever, That's all guys see. And guys, that haven't been through that before, the initial thing they want to do is like tell people and let everyone know. It was just like one of those warrior moments, looking back on it. That's something I'm definitely gonna like tell my son one day, and continue to tell the world, and like this opportunity now. If I had one message for our veteran community that feels abandoned by the system, it would be call me, message me, reach out to me. I've been there, so I can help you find the resources and the people to help you.